for this week's episode of You're So Beautiful, we have Raquel Welch, who just passed on a week ago. I think she was 82 when she passed. And some of you will know Raquel Welch better than I will. She is a little bit before my time. Last night I watched part of 1 million years BC, and it was kind of hard to watch. It was bad. And I'm sure it was great for the late 60s, but it was bad. And she, of course, is the highlight of the movie. She was incredible looking, absolutely incredible. And in the 80s, I worked in the mall, and I specifically remember that one poster. You older people will remember exactly what I'm talking about. That 1 million years BC poster. That was what made her a sex symbol. Then, of course, Hugh Hefner was a big fan. So she was in Playboy. She was strategically covered. So she was never explicitly nude. And I watched some other clips of her, and there was a scene in a cowboy movie, I think this was the one with Burt Reynolds, where she was topless she was topless except from behind. So you didn't see her front, and she had absolutely amazing body. Beautiful, beautiful woman. So rest in peace, Raquel. Yeah, she was a little bit before my time. My time is kind of when I started liking girls. My male friends liked Farrah Fawcett, and nothing against Farrah Fawcett. She was a wonderful woman. She passed on from cancer. And I don't know if you remember this, but when she died, she was documenting what it was like going through cancer. And poor lady, supposedly a really warm woman. She died living in Texas. This is how I know a lot about hers, because I think she was a little bit north of Houston when she passed. But I was in a Blondie. Deborah Harry was my first celebrity crush, because I'm, of course, prejudiced towards singers, music people over actresses. And not that Raquel Welch, I think, was also a singer and comedian, if I remember correctly. Like I said, several of you are going to know Raquel Welch a lot better than I would, because she was before my time. Oh, this is kind of tricky, but we'll get it. As for those of you who haven't watched this before, this is a speed drawing exercise. We're going as fast as we possibly can. We're going over speed over accuracy here. And the reason for that is because this is for those of us who need to go fast. We have deadlines, whether it's you're in a mall drawing, you have that job on the beach where you're doing people's portraits. So we're going for speed. And people like to be drawn. I've found that you have to be good enough rather than perfect. Good enough is way better than perfect. Perfect takes a long time. I could sit here and draw for an hour and it'll be more photorealistic. But I don't want to draw for an hour. I want to draw in 10 minutes. I got paintings to do. I got a lot of things to do. I'm a very busy man. And you may be as well. So this is for you busy people out there who want to go fast. I'm a type A person. My biggest complaint in life, and this is my number one complaint, is I wish there were more hours in the day. I'm the opposite of someone that says, oh, I'm bored. That is not me. I am the opposite. I say, I wish we had more time. And I know when I die, when I'm on my deathbed, I'd be pleading for more time. There's as far as we're going to go here. We're not going to do the whole body here. But yeah, I watched as much as I could stomach from 1 million BC. It was really cheesy because they had a pterodactyls attack. They had a giant iguana attack. And of course, in 1 million BC, there were no pterodactyls. Pterodactyls, if I'm not mistaken, went extinct around 70 million BC. Someone who is better at science will have to correct me there, because I don't know the exact dates. I love dinosaurs when I was a kid, don't get me wrong, but I haven't been keeping up on them as much as I should. I think Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus Rex overlapped and they went extinct around 65 million. So y'all will have to correct me there. If you are the dinosaur expert, leave it in the comments so I could see it. I am not the dinosaur expert. I like the aesthetics. Someday I will draw Allie, Roxy, or Katie with dinosaurs. And of course, we didn't exist at the same time, but it's just a neat aesthetic. So if you see me drawing people with dinosaurs, a hot woman with dinosaurs, don't think I actually believe we were at the same time. I know we're not. It's for aesthetic purposes, not for science. But yeah, going back to when I worked at the mall in the 80s, there were posters of Raquel Welch. And I recognized, it's like, yeah, that's a beautiful woman there. So she's one of the top 60s, 70s pinup girls. And she didn't want to be known for that, which is unfortunate. She wasn't ashamed of it, don't get me wrong. But she wanted to be known for a lot more than just a pinup actress. So I remember reading that she didn't really get seen as a serious actress until 1975, which is unfortunate. But that's how Hollywood goes. You take the roles you could get when you're smaller. And then when you get big, you could actually say no to roles. All right. This is a really fast one. Now, before I sign off here, let's use this 4B here and really darken her eyes. This is my rant. If you're a woman, if you want to attract quality men, I'll give you a little secret here. Draw attention to your eyes and your lips. Those are the two sexiest parts on a woman's face. Of course, be in good physical shape. As she was someone who exercised. And I think she did some form of yoga too. But you see her makeup, she's wearing a lot of makeup, and she's really drawing attention to her eyes and her lips. And she's got beautiful eyes and beautiful lips. What you don't want to do is you want to draw attention to your nose. And don't get me wrong, I don't want you to be insecure about your nose, but I'm just saying that the most important things are eyes and lips. Oh, you know what? I probably made her teeth worse here. Teeth are my downfall. Teeth are really hard to do. It's hard to do teeth without making the person look like a psycho. It's funny because I always hear people struggling with hands. It's like, oh, hands for me are easy. I love drawing hands, girls' hands and girls' feet, but the teeth, on the other hand, that's where I cringe. I'm like, uh-oh, don't smile, please. Okay. Let's give her more of an outline. There's not enough outline here. A little shading around the neck here, using the 4B. And one way to soften the line is smear it. Number 2 pencil. And shade here. She's got a lot of makeup on. That was different those days. Women wore a lot of makeup. I remember growing up in the 80s, girls wore a lot of makeup. When I was growing up, purple eye makeup was the in thing. There. All right, done.
Thanks for subscribing.